Hi, I'm here to talk about 3 common homebuyer mistakes. I'm Amol Heda with Keller Williams Bay Area Estates and author of Thriving Through Ownership. When we first go out to buy a home, all we think is, how is the granite countertop going to look? Oh, I want a huge square feet and I want a large lot. And the fancier the home looks, the better it is. The newer the home looks, the better it is. And the last biggest purchase that most home buyers have done is their car. And they are very used to seeing maintenance numbers on those. So, you will always bring your experience to the next purchase that you do. And that's the exact mistake most home buyers do. So, mistake number 1, thinking of a home just the same way as a car. Remember, a car has a lot of moving parts and it's continuously on the road. So it gets shaken, it's continuously driving and it's wearing. A home, on the contrary, is built once, sits there, doesn't ever move unless there is an earthquake. But it is not a moving part. So for most part, when we think about a home, the first mistake home buyers make is they think, what if there is a plumbing leak? What if my electrical is bad? What if the refrigerator breaks? Absolutely granted that you should not buy a completely defective property and instead of living, you keep fixing. That's not the way we should do it. But even if you had to fix these and all the items, they don't really cost as much in terms of the percentage of the property. Particularly here in the Silicon Valley, where the average or median home value is about $2 million, even if you had to fix everything, you'd probably pay $50,000, which is like 2.5% of the total home value. So that's misconception or mistake number 1 that most home buyers do. The second mistake most home buyers do is they just focus on the looks or the newness of the property. Again, it's related to the first one, but this is different. They do not focus on the neighborhood that they want to go in. They do not focus on the commute time that they are going to take, or they do not focus on their kids' school that they are supposed to send. So think about it. If someone were to be working right here in the Silicon Valley in, say, Apple, which is near Cupertino, and they wanted a brand new house, and for that they have to drive 75 miles away to get that cheaper house which they are constrained to by their income. They are losing 2 to 2.5 hours of commute time one way in the Bay Area when everything starts to get normal. Number 2, if they do not focus on the schools, they are probably going to miss out on the quality of education their kids get. So should you focus on how the property looks, how pretty it is, or should you focus on what is it in terms of schools that they are going to get? Number 3, the commute distance. These are the factors. I think these and similar factors. So the neighborhood, suppose it has a very high crime, or it is built on a very steep slope, you would see that those things will impact more. So there is a reason most home buyers get a normal property on flat land in much better school district, closer to work, and in a low crime area. So what that does is it gives them the most happiness by living in this area. I totally understand and you understand that the house should look fancy. But a fancy house in these kinds of neighborhoods is a very sought after commodity. And because it is so much sought after, that's the reason why people pay the price for it. Number 3, people do not go out to look for homes after doing a proper analysis of their finances and needs. I'm not a big fan of sending you to a lender to get pre-approved and then only come and see a property. Totally wrong. And I have been wrong in maybe a couple cases in my 2 decades of real estate. But knowing what you can afford is extremely important. And so use a trusted calculator or work with your agent to understand your financial situation. If the agent cannot help, go to a lender to get sizing on how much you can buy. That's one. And the second thing that most people miss out on is how much amount do they need to be able to live on. Sometimes they forget to take into account any money that they need to send to their family or to spend on their family or for experiences. So budgeting is a very important part. So the better you are at sizing your housing budget, better off you are living and enjoying the home after buying it. Buying a very costly home and not being able to enjoy because you have no money remaining is the last thing that you should do. Do you think you agree? And do you think we get hit by these mistakes a lot of times? There are lots more. That is what I do in my book. And if you follow this channel and subscribe, you will get more tips on it. Talk to you in my next one. Bye.